I promised 52 books in 52 weeks, so here goes with book review number 1. We have a long way to go, you realise that? So, book review number 1 is Building the Happiness Centered Business, which was by Dr. Patty Lund. I read it. It's not very big. It's like 150 pages or something. I read it New Year's Day, actually. I started about lunchtime when I needed to sit down because I've been awake for far too long since my 5-year-old decided that 5 a.m. was a perfect time to get up on New Year's Day. When you haven't been to bed till like 12:30 or 1 o'clock, 5 a.m. is not a good time to get up. Anyway, long story short, so sat down to read this, fell asleep in the middle, but did finish it by the end of the day, so it wasn't a long one. However, I actually really enjoyed it. So the Happiness Center Business talks about Patty. Patty is a dentist who realizes that dentists have one of the highest suicide rates because they're so desperately unhappy, and they spend all of their working life so desperately unhappy, and he doesn't want to die, he doesn't want to commit suicide. So he starts to look at how he can make his business happier, especially when you spend so much of your time at work. He says life is the thing that happens while you're at work. You don't go to work and then go home and have a life. Work is your life. So whatever you're doing at work, be you self-employed or working for someone else, that is a really huge part of you and what you do. And because of that, he wanted to make that happier. And I really love this concept. Well, the other part of the concept I love is the fact that by being happier in business and making sure your team members are happier, makes your customers happier, which means actually you're more profitable in the long run. So it's not just about being happy, but it's about generating business income by, making sure that everyone is truly happy where they are. So I really like this concept. The book's well written, it's really easy, it follows a story-based concept, so he explains his principles and his ideas using bits of the story from his practice or using examples from some of his previous clients. And I like the fact that he does that because it makes it quite real and quite tangible and allows you to follow step by step. He also has a 8-point courtesy system in here. And it's not hard. It looks at things like making sure you say please and thank you, making sure you refer to someone by their first name, making sure that if you're talking about someone, even if they're not there, you refer to them by their name and you speak as if they were there. And I mean, they're concepts that's not hard. And, we were brought up with manners, hopefully. And they're the things you should do. But I think the things in a business world that we forget to do. Your manager may forget to say please when they set you a task, or thank you when you've done it. So it's concepts that, although really basic, actually you can see how they make a really big impact. Moral of the story. I enjoyed the read. It was an easy read. Don't go in expecting high-end literature. It's not that. It's an easy read that's step-by-step, practical, and fairly easy to implement. But it's down to earth, it's realistic, and if you run your own business or if you're working in a corporate world that you think needs changing, it's probably worth a read. So that's number 1, Building the Happiness Center Business by Patty Lund, and hopefully I will see you in the next video when we review book number 2.